Welcome back, everyone. My name's Bevan, and this is the tried and true EDC import series. What I got for you today is a Reate PLXT. Reate is a overseas manufacturer. They actually do a lot of OEM work for a lot of US designers, knife makers. And the reason why they do is because their fit and finish is second to none. I can even go as far as saying they have better fit and finish than some of the US manufacturers. Now, Reate has been in the game for as long as I've been collecting, maybe about 7+ years. I'll leave some links in the description if you want to find out more information about them. Let's take a look at some measurements. Overall is just shy of 7 inches. We have a cutting edge slightly below, well, about 2 3/4 of an inch. The overall blade comes in about a little over 3 inches. The handle, we're looking slightly under 4 inches. Let's take a look at the width. It's about 1 1/4. And then the thickness of it, not including the clip, we're coming in about less than 3/4 of an inch. If you want to include the clip, not much more, but closer to about an inch. Let's take a look at the weight. All right, this is coming in just slightly over 4 ounces. Let's talk about the blade. They came out with many variations of this model. I picked it up from NC Blade last Saturday, and it just arrived a week later. This is the variant with a copper PVD coating. It uses Nitro-V steel. Has a flat grind on it. And I test cut paper earlier because that's what everyone does with their knives. It's very sharp. So from the factory, it's very sharp. The grind looks pretty decent. The opening mechanism they use is dual thumb studs, as you can see. Pops open easily. And actually, I'll jump into the handle next, which will include the locking mechanism. However, you can use the locking mechanism to swing the blade open. These thumb studs are removable. You just use a torque screw and you can remove it right there, and it's on the other side too. So you can pop these off for any reason: servicing, maintenance, cleaning. All right, let's talk about the handle. So we have a black micarta with black G-10 combined. Majority of it is black micarta, but in these holes, they're actually lined with G-10. It uses what I'm guessing is a steel liner, as you can see. And this particular model is made by, or designed by Alvin Lee. It's written down here. It's hard to see, but I have the COA, and you can take a look. Alvin Lee's right there. It's got his name in Chinese and English name right there. What really caught my eye was the locking mechanism. So they use a pivot lock, meaning all you have to do is you press in on the pivot right here and the blade just drops down. And when the blade is open, you can actually lock it using this right here, this toggle. Just pop that open. And if you hit the pivot, it won't drop, but it does loosen it. So as you can probably hear, there's a bit of wiggle once you hit the pivot. Let's talk about the pocket clip. This feels like a titanium pocket clip. It's surprising because when I get to the price point, you're going to be shocked at the fact that it has a titanium pocket clip for the price. At least I am. And being a lock where you don't design it where it's on one side or the other, even though you would say it's on the pivot on this side, it is fully ambidextrous. You can flip the pocket clip to this side, and if you can imagine, you can just press a pivot with your index finger and have it drop if you're left-handed. The retention strength is very good. So let's take a look at that in the pocket. Go. Still real, not too much real estate, so enough to get your hands in there if you need. If I was to rate it 1 to 5, this would probably be a 4. There's definitely some strength behind it, but not too much where it's unlikely to shred up your pockets too quickly. So, down to availability and price point. I saw this pop up a week ago on NC Blade, and a day or two later, I started seeing it pop up on other retail sites as well. I would say they're going to be widely available. This is a production model, and the price point for this particular configuration was $117. The other models with a satin or stonewash blade is $112. This is the first budget knife from Reate that I have seen. I imagine that they came out with this to compete against Civivi, which is overseas manufacturer WE. That's the name of the company, WE. And they came out with a budget line called Civivi. Reate, again, has collaborated with many US knife makers, even others from across the world, all over the world. And I've never seen a knife at this price point manufactured by Reate. My final thoughts on this is you should definitely try it. It isn't a collection piece, mainly because I would classify this as a budget folder. But with all budget folders, you can put it to use and not worry about any scratches, even any sort of physical damage that may incur. Just to give you some perspective, most Reate folders are anywhere from $300 and up. They have a lot of in-house designs as well, which I believe this one is an in-house design. But yeah, for $117, this is relatively affordable, and that being the reason why I will call this a budget folder. All right, if you guys enjoyed it, please hit the subscribe, the thumbs up, follow along for the next video, and get notified. Let me bring out 2 other Reate options for the next video. If you're interested, post a comment. Tell me what your favorite budget folder is, what your favorite Reate knife is. 2 I got here is, this is the Evo Typhoon and the Luft Concepts RWB. These are both manufactured by Reate. This is designed by Brian Nadeau. And this is Luft Concepts. All right. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, everyone. Make good choices. Take care.